of Nevada is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I too want my kudos to our ranking chairman. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to work with you. I too, we've not agreed on everything, but you are a gentleman, and I do always appreciate the opportunity to have an open line of communication with you. So thank you. To everyone here, thank you. This obviously is something we have been working on for a period of time here, and really appreciate the insight you all bring. I do want to follow up on my colleague, Senator Van Hollen's line of questioning with Professor Allen. I want to ask the rest of you. Clearly, she's supporting banning it. If we don't ban it, how do we regulate it? She put forth a proposal, which is isolate it from the banking system and then define it as a security. Does anybody disagree with that or have any other ideas about how it would be regulated? Mr. O'Leary.
The concept of passing legislation that would ban banks from integrating cryptocurrencies and crypto technology, if that were to happen as an investor, I would short every American bank stock because it would make it the most uncompetitive financial services sector in the world. The innovation that is coming forward, once regulated, is going to be profound in terms of how it changes the cost, the efficiency, the auditability, the productivity of the banking sector. Just look at things as simple as ACH transfers, how archaic they are. Look at the Fed wire.
So let me just stop you there. I only have so much time. So you do not agree with isolating it from the banking system?
That's insanity.
Okay, Ms. Schultz?
No, I also don't agree with isolating it from the banking system. I do think that if I were queen for a day to regulate, I would ask Congress to make some clear lines here with respect to what is and is not a security. And I think a lot of crypto tokens do fall under the category of security, but it's not always clear. I also would ask Congress to draw clear lines as to which market regulator handles secondary trading, giving the commodities segments to the CFTC and the security segments to the SEC. That should put good guardrails in place in order to apply similar risk frameworks to similar risks.
Thank you. Mr. Shankman.
If we allow cryptocurrency to infect our banking system, we will be back here.
Thank you.
We will be back here, not in a good way.
And Professor Allen, anything else to add? So I'm going to ask you, because I also appreciate your conversation with Senator Tester, and that's really focuses on why we should isolate it from the banking system. But let me ask you this. Many crypto advocates have taken this scandal that we are talking about today as an opportunity to suggest that the failure of FTX was due to its centralization and argue for decentralization finance, or DeFi. Can you talk a little bit, would that have made a difference? And what impact would DeFi lead to possible greater centralization of wealth? I mean, can you talk a little bit about what that means, if anything?
Sure. So DeFi stands for decentralized finance, but that's a marketing term because it's not actually decentralized. As I mentioned earlier, technological decentralization and economic decentralization are not the same thing. First of all, DeFi is highly integrated with the centralized crypto ecosystem, and it's not sure that it can survive without it. And then even within DeFi, there are so many intermediaries. At the underlying blockchain level, you're trusting the core developers of the software that runs the blockchain and the validators who implement the software changes. On the next level up, you're trusting the people who program the application that runs on that blockchain. Now, the people who program that are controlled by the people who own the DAO governance tokens. So you may have heard about these DAOs, these decentralized autonomous organizations. They're basically like creating a partnership on the blockchain. The ownership of those tokens, it's meant to be decentralized and dispersed, but that's not the reality. The economic reality is that for a lot of these things, like 90% of the tokens plus are owned by a single person. So, saying that I could, me having one governance token in a DAO is like me buying a share in Tesla and trying to tell Elon Musk what to do. Right? So economically, it's very centralized the whole way up and down. And so, much like many of the stories that Mr. Shenkin's been talking about, it is a story. I really get why people want these things. Wouldn't it be nice if we could create a world where we didn't have to trust intermediaries who have made so many mistakes so many times. But the reality is that economic power concentrates in these places, and we can't avoid intermediaries. So what's the point of DeFi?
Thank you. I know my time is up. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Cortez.